guys, welcome back to my channel, Insightful Guidance and Mindful Beauty. I'm Lily, and today I'm going to be going through the energy of the element of Earth for this first week of September. We have Saturn retrograde going into Pisces, so it's going to focus our energies more into restructuring and really honing in on alignment with your work, with your work-life balance, with your relationships. So it's really going to hone in on this. We also are still in that energy of Virgo season, and how we had that new moon on the 23rd that was at 0 degrees. So it really was initiating the energy that is gaining momentum through the lunar cycle. We also have a eclipse on the 7th of this week. I believe it's a Sunday, so that's really going to push. It's like a birth, it's like a rebirth. It's really going to push through the threshold of your situation. I'm gonna dive in. I'm just gonna start diving in because why not? My earth signs are my Virgos, my Taurus, and my Capricorns. What is the energy for my earth signs for this Virgo season and energy of the week, energy check-in of the week for my earth signs? Time to breathe out. Emotions are running high and your dreams need a practical plan. So this feels to me like I just said something earlier, and really like restructuring what's going on before you take action. 9 of Swords just fell out. Like, what situation in your life is creating fear or anxiety, and what is that trying to tell you? That's a very good way of looking at this week, in that energy of grounding, calming the nervous system, fine-tuning your plan, your practical plan, while that, you know, doing your spiritual practices. So like if you meditate, you know, maybe do 5 more minutes, or maybe do it instead of just once, twice a day. So really just honing in on your grounding practices, your spiritual practices, and allowing them to flow and intertwine into the other areas of your life. So it's more intentional, and also including in all the wisdom that you've attained throughout this time, and that you're awakening to. I feel like my earth signs have gotten a lot of information that has brought a lot of clarity on relationships, type of work, type of workout, type of everything, like all the things. I feel like this is the time in which you have gotten a lot of clarity, and you're working on allowing flow into this now. So like a little bit more with ease and grace. I want to say to my earth sign that, you know, what you believe in really deserves to be manifested. There's something about like love, and you really deserving it, and really feeling like all the work, the hard work that you've put into a relationship, a career, a product, or I don't know why I said product, but if you guys are working on a product, that, you know, it took a little bit of a tough lesson to do, and it was like, why does this have to be so difficult? Because I love this, or I want this, or I really was hoping to have this development through my efforts. And I feel like you knew you had to walk away from the noise, from a repeated negative pattern, in order for you to find yourself in a situation that was really calling you to self-actualize. Like, how do I manifest the things that, you know, I used to love, that are showing up in my life now, but in a different way. You know, there's possibly a family member or someone that is in your energy that you've known for years, and the relationship has, you know, been through the roller coaster ups and downs. And maybe this is the time where through all of the roller coasters and the rides and the in and outs, you realize this person is stable. There's still love there, you know, even though it was intense and crazy. um it was, it wasn't malicious or ill intent. It was more so just like mistakes, mistakes that you could see now. Like, I think you have this clarity on people's behaviors and the way that they say things and do things, make you feel like, ooh, I can see right through this behavior. I can see, you know, what they're really trying to say, but not, and they're behaving in a way that doesn't align with how they feel. But I'm gonna let this slide, or I'm gonna be honest about it and not accept it anymore. Like, you know, it's old now. Like, this behavior is old, and you're already like, I've created something new. I'm disconnecting from this situation, and I'm holding myself more accountable. I am giving myself more love. You know, love begins, is this the one, the Ace of Cups in other decks, and it's beginning of like doing the hard practical work, doing the plan, setting things up so that you can see how they align, or how they, like, the result of what you worked on is in front of you, and you could see it so clearly now that you're just like, wow, you know, there's no going back. Now I have to bring love into the situation. I have to materialize what it is that I have been working so hard on. And what is going to, that threshold feeling that I got in the beginning, is that push, that last push of a very uncomfortable, difficult situation, pattern, thought process, is like this last threshold of pushing through, like a rebirth, you know, that you can get to the other side and start to love, and allow, like, the patience. You understand the word, like, it's not just like, hey, just slow down, just like, just calm down. No, it's more like, I'm not saying anything. I understand how this works, this functions, this flows, and now I just need to, now that I've cleared everything off the table, now that I started, I healed, now that I ended this, I'm going to pour love into myself, and I'm going to be gentler with myself. I'm going to listen to my intuition in the morning. I'm going to say my prayers before I get out of bed. I'm not going to get out of that bed until I feel good about how my heart feels. I'm going to start questioning, like, I get that energy. Like, you start to question yourself more about how you want to emotionally feel. And that's a switch for an earth sign, because earth signs are so like, let's go. Let's detail this. Let's run this thing down. Let's make it happen. And then now they're just like, how can I don't know. There's a nice switch here that talks to me more about love and bringing more love into the situation. One more message for my earth signs. I think Saturn, and it's like the planet of, like, discipline. You know, earth signs don't usually have a problem with discipline. Not that they don't have a problem with it, it's just not that much of a challenge for my earth sign. I don't know if I'm saying this properly. I think it's easier for my earth signs to discipline themselves once they decide that this is going to change from a fire element. A fire element is more whew, and so it takes them a little bit more time to calm them and earth, like, ground them. So that's what I mean. My earth signs can do a lot, like, calmly, and you look at them like they're just not moving fast enough, but really they've accomplished so much more than you thought. You know what I mean? It's this weird dynamic of motion and energy and action where it's definitely taken and it's definitely done, but in a way now that's calmer, more graceful, and more loving. One more message for my earth signs is a message in a bottle. So I feel like you're going to be receiving a lot of okay, so there's a couple things. You're going to be either getting, like, if you're solo and you're doing a lot by yourself and you've been feeling like, man, I'm doing a lot of stuff by myself. I don't know that I'm ready for other energies to be involved in my day-to-day lifestyle, but I also miss an exchange of energy that and like continues my own inspiration. And I feel like you're going to connect with people slowly that connect more to an energy that's at your pace, that's more like action oriented, but also calm and grounded and more spiritually in tuned with like divine timing. Like there's something here with my earth signs that gets more downloads from spirit that calms their energy, more synchronicities. You know, I feel like more so my solo earth signs, the ones who are kind of navigating life alone, or, you know, they feel alone, but they started to realize that they're not. And it's there's a nice switch that, you know, if they're doing things alone, before it felt pretty, I don't know, a little heavy. Now it feels lighter. Now it feels like I'm flowing with life. I have more patience. I have clarity. And this energy, that's this start of September, and we have those eclipses where the universe is going to really help you with that rebirth, goes and is connected to the new moon in the 21st of September, which is at the last degree. It started at the first degree, August 23rd. I think I mentioned this earlier. And that energy is connected all the way to the lunar cycle, the end, and then again, that final challenge or that completion or that chapter is like by the 21st, a true end. And, you know, it feels like something to celebrate. It really does. If it's a bad habit and you've been doing this, you know, repeat for 10-15 years, and you finally, you've been aware of it, and you've been, during this energy in the summer and these last couple of months, you've been doing the work, you're finally going to complete that energetic like closure by the 21st of September. And then there's, I think, the solar eclipse, which also, it's another push for the universe to elevate you to the next part of your life. All right, my earth signs, I hope that helps. I'm going to move on to my water signs in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until the next one, also, I'm available for personal readings. Check out my website and link below, and then you can also buy me a coffee. I have that link below, and then I also have some cards and stuff and equipment that I'd love that's on my Amazon wish list. So check those out. But in any event, I wish you lots of love, great health, and peace.